Welcome to another day in the Matrix, waters above crypto. So, who's enjoying these discounts? And more importantly, who's enjoying this stable XRP price? It's like XRP spent the whole weekend on vacation drinking daiquiris while the other cryptos were getting a blood transfusion. It's great to see XRP holding around that $1.50 level after my last video discussing the strength I was seeing in the XRP chart. So today we're going to focus on the charts and see what's going on from a technical perspective, and I'll be sharing some of my own thoughts on what I see going on in the short to mid-term for the cryptocurrency bull run moving forward. So if you're new here, we do cryptocurrency technical analysis and combine it with the esoteric science of Gematria, Numerology, and Astrology to understand these markets. If you haven't already subscribed and you like what we're doing here, feel free to subscribe, give this video a like, and share this channel with other conscious people to help grow this community. And for those of you who want to learn how to do technical analysis and combine it with Gematria, you can join my Mastermind course. There's a promo code in the pinned comment below with instructions to get lifetime access to the course with a discount. My email is in the description box to get in contact with me for access to the course. And this past weekend, I was active in the Patreon, letting everyone know my sentiment regarding what I was seeing in the market, giving them last-minute updates on the change in market structure I was expecting, and it played out beautifully. On Saturday, I did my technical analysis podcast called Red Pill episode number 7 for the Patreon supporters of the Mastermind community, and I shared my thoughts on Matic, Polygon, PundiX, Chainlink, Digibyte, and a couple other projects. So for those of you who want time-sensitive updates and want to get access to my Red Pill episodes, you can become a member of the Mastermind community by becoming a Patreon supporter. The link to my Patreon is in the description. And with that being said, let's take the red pill. So first things first, we're over here on the Fear and Greed Index. And this is something that I think is pretty interesting because last week you can see we were in greed, pretty much extreme greed, and then we flipped to extreme fear very, very quickly. Now we're sitting here around 27, and this can get bad. This can get as low as 10. Again, maybe a lot of you don't hold Bitcoin. That's completely fine. I understand that. But as you can see, when Bitcoin makes big moves, everything else makes big moves. We saw two good performers over the weekend. Well, three, but I would like to say that XRP was one of them. But Matic, for sure. Polygon was doing great, and Cardano was doing really good. And you can see ever since this big pullback in Bitcoin that we've seen some liquidity shift around into some other altcoins, but XRP is holding very stable. And you know, here on this channel, we talk about XRP a lot. And it's mostly because when the bull run ends, or whenever there's a big consolidation in Bitcoin, then all the altcoins do really well. And then XRP is the last one to move. And when it moves, it goes ballistic. So it needs to be part of everyone's portfolio because it's like missing out on the greatest wealth transfer known to man. So again, I like XRP for that reason and no other reason really. I don't really care about the fundamentals or what bank they're in bed with. Doesn't matter at all to me. I'm here to make generational wealth and I'm here to change my life for my family, and that's all that matters. I understand that all these companies are ran by cover boys who are part of the New World Order, and they don't give a shit about us. So I don't waste my time learning about them because it just doesn't change anything. And what we're seeing here by this change of character in the Fear and Greed Index, it will affect other cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum. Obviously, we're seeing a big pullback in Ethereum. So let's just get into the chart and talk about what this sentiment brings for the future. Because again, it's like they say, when there's blood in the streets, that's when you want to buy. So when there's extreme fear, that's a buying opportunity historically. First things first, when it comes to the charts, we're looking at the Bitcoin chart on the daily, and you can see as we look at over on this area that the volume is still very low. Today might be a noticeable change of character and volume just because the traditional market is open, and of course this pullback is continuing. But the volume is still pretty low. Like, it's still down. It's at an average range that we've been seeing for most of this time in hyperinflated prices. So let's zoom out and see what's going on here, and then let's go to the end of the bull run back here. should change it to a weekly chart because it's going to get smushed up. But I'll just show you with the volume signature so you can see what I mean. So right here was the end of the last bull run. And you see how it has this blow off top structure and then the volume just goes crazy. Like if you look at where my cursor is, you can see there's a bunch of volume candles in that level. Those are weekly candles. And of course, after the blow off top is when you see some of the bigger red supply entering the market. And we haven't seen a signature like that since around $42,000 Bitcoin in the beginning of the year. And then we've been seeing a pretty much flat top, and now we're getting a dip back in, and the volume is pretty abysmal. It's very low. So this isn't a sign of the end of the bull run. This isn't a sign of distribution. And I'm just letting you guys know that off the bat. Another thing that's really interesting, and I'm going to be talking about this later on in my mastermind course, is this volume signature around the year of 2013 when Bitcoin made a run up like a parabolic straight line, and then it pulled back into this backup phase before another blow off top. So it had two blow off tops. And what we're seeing so far in this bull run is something pretty similar. So one of the things that's interesting about having a low volume reading over a time where you get a very big pullback is it tells you that this is being caused by retail. So you know who retail is. They're the people who scream they have diamond hands on their Twitter, but then they stare at their computer all day with sweaty palms as the price goes down. You know, those champions. So it's always the people who have the weakest soft lettuce hands that cause these moves on the weekend, and it's because it's low volume and it's selling. You know, retail doesn't really buy too much over the weekend in regards to pushing up the price in a noticeable fashion. When it comes to pushing up the price in a noticeable fashion, it's usually caused by institutions, and it's caused by high leverage trading and options expiry and futures. All things that you know, retail doesn't really mess around with or has no ability to mess around with. So the big problem here, though, for this bull run is the fact that Bitcoin closed below the 21 EMA. Or wait, no, it didn't. Holy shit. I don't think it did. Okay. This is crazy. Yeah, I haven't actually done too much TA yesterday. I was so busy with real life. That's so funny. Okay, so it barely closed on the 21. Let's see the exact price. Okay, so the closing was 46,456, and it was sitting at 46,417. Within 40 bucks. Oh, that's classic. Okay, so anyways, that doesn't really matter to me at all. I have this on log scale, and I'm going to turn off the 13 just for the moment to not bog down the information and make this hard to see. And then I'm going to put this on a full scale, and we're gonna see what's going on here, okay? So first and foremost, look at this blow off top structure and look at what we're seeing here. This is a noticeable Wyckoff trading range, okay? A big sideways horizontal trading range, and we'll get to that in a minute, okay? And now over here, you can see that we do have somewhat of a characteristic back in the 2013 run of sideways movement, not a real blow off top structure because there were so many weeks, successive weeks of sideways. And then we have this consolidation down to this red trend line. And of course we saw wicks below, and then we pumped on up. So again, I'll be doing a full-blown analysis on the comparison of this bull run to the 2013 cycle, this cycle right here, in my mastermind course videos later today. So that'll alleviate time for this video, but I'm just letting you guys know that I think this run so far for Bitcoin is behaving much more like the 2013 bull run. And this is because it happened around the same time of year. Again, if you look at this first blow off top, it happened in April. Again, we hit our highs in April, pretty much the same exact week. And then we saw a harsh rejection, and now we're kind of moving down into that range. And you can see the orange line, the orange EMA is above the red EMA, which is exactly what we're seeing now. And it seems like a full bull run ends when this 34 crosses above the 21. There was an exception, which was right here back in the C-scam crash, and this was obviously a black swan event. What we're seeing right now is not a black swan event. It's just typical market correction that we get in a bull run. And that's signified by the fact, again, also that the price from top to the bottom of this is only 35%. In the previous bull runs, we were pulling back 40%. So right now, if we were to pull back 40%, that would be $38,000 Bitcoin. And I think we could even go lower than that. I seriously do. Judging by where the POC is, the point of control and the volume profile, we're getting a reading somewhere in the mid 30s if I bring it on the daily chart and just show you the range. So as you can see here, it's sitting around 33,800, so that's 34,000. We could literally pull back to that range. Look at the volume profile, how heavy this resistance is at 56, 57,000, and look at this area right here, thin air. Nothing going on around 42,000. So actually the support kicks in around 38, which is where that moving average was that I was just talking about before. So anyways, we're going to move on from Bitcoin. Just letting you guys know that because of closing so close to that 21 EMA, it's going to continue to consolidate. There's just nothing we can do about it. It's part of a bull run, and where I believe, had noticeable signs of this coming, first and foremost by Bitcoin ripping to 42,000 very quickly, like in a very short order, then having this pullback that didn't retest the 21 EMA, then we ripped to the upside and had this triple top formation, and then all these shit coins started doing amazing, right leading up into this Elon Musk stuff. And again, it's coordinated, right? They talk about the environment. They'll talk about anything they could put their hands on. They'll talk about increasing capital gains tax. They'll talk about, whatever. It's all contrived. It happened in the previous bull run, and it happened in the 2013 bull run for Bitcoin. So anyone go to 99bitcoins.com, you can see the 1,000 times that Bitcoin was supposed to go to zero, and every single time, you wait and it's back up higher. So anyways, it is what it is. Let's get on to XRP. Really nice to be seeing XRP holding this $1.50 level. I'm going to turn off some of these indicators because they don't really matter for XRP. We'll leave it at that for now. Get it off a log scale and we'll see what's going on. So we were discussing a trading range in this what I would like to call right now a symmetrical triangle. It's almost perfect. So what's going on here is you can see Bitcoin's pullback is not affecting the XRP price, and that's really awesome. That's a good thing because XRP is undervalued. Again, XRP was at $3 when Bitcoin was at 20,000 3 years ago. And now it's at $1.50 while Bitcoin's sitting at 42,000. So XRP should be a $6 or $7 minimum right now. So the fact that we're seeing a huge consolidation in Bitcoin and we're seeing a lot of the euphoria get smacked down because of this fear that's entering the market, this is the perfect time for XRP to shine. So anyone who studies technical analysis and knows how the XRP price works, this is the moment where XRP goes ballistic. Again, I'm not saying that it's going to happen right now, but I would not be surprised if this broke out bullish out of this symmetrical triangle and started heading to the $2 range before the end of this month. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's still going sideways and trending down. Okay, this is a perfect opportunity for XRP to rebalance itself according to all the other cryptos. So we all have to admit XRP is a lagging asset and it remains as a lagger until it's ready to go. And when it goes, it's really face melting. So it's a huge reason I'm invested in this project. It's currently, I think, my third biggest holding behind Theta. And I'm not looking to increase positions unless this thing melts down. I would definitely be adding to positions if it started to get to this $1 range. But now we're seeing this coil up in this pattern, and it's one of the first times in so long where XRP has behaved technically, and that's really nice to see. Again, we had this area, this red box area, we're doing really nicely. We were seeing rejections on the 618. That's pretty typical, but we're also seeing support held above the 21-day moving average. So if I close all those, you see the orange moving average is right here at 142. We're continuously getting daily closes above that 21, and we've already back tested this 236 area that I talked about. So anyone go watch my videos before. After we melted to the upside, I said expect a big pullback. After that big pullback, you're going to have an automatic reaction, get rejected at the golden pocket. We had that happen, and then expect a pullback to the 236. Textbook. Move for move. Textbook. Now what we want to see is a breakout bullish close above the 786 on a daily candle, better a 2-day or 3-day candle, and then you could expect seeing new upside. I'm pushing for this before the 23rd of May. If it doesn't happen, all good. But at the end of the day, we used our Gematria, and not only our Gematria, but we used the technical analysis. So no matter what, if we went with the TA, we would have known a big sharp selling climax was coming after this parabolic advance, and then we would have a rejection at the golden pocket. So don't fucking FOMO back in at this level. I was very explicit and clear with my instructions in regards to this pullback down here and how this would move to the upside. And then I said to everyone, consider reaccumulations around the 236. Boom. Perfect. Now we're chilling. We're in limbo. We're in the middle, the 0.5 fib. So this is in make or break territory. This could bend over. I just don't think it's gonna because of the fact that it's already a suppressed asset. So you know how it goes. It takes one piece of theater to come out in XRP's favor to send this thing off 100% candle in a single day. That kind of stuff happens. Again, I'm not saying it will, I'm saying it's in the realms of possibility, especially while Bitcoin is sitting on the sidelines. So this is great. I'm a big Bitcoin holder, but I'm happy to see this pullback. For one, we were predicting it would happen a while ago. Two, I like the fact that we got this pullback in the middle of the bull run. Just we ripped to the upside, then now we're seeing a huge pullback for Bitcoin, seeing a big pullback for Ethereum. Where do you think this liquidity is going to flood to? I most likely think it's going to start moving into XRP and stables, and then those stables are going to rebalance themselves back into the bigger players. The shit coins are going to take a knee for a while, and then you're going to see us start to move into the next phase of this bull run. And I'll give my opinion on that before I end this video. I think that we might be in this arduous sideways consolidation range for most of the cryptos for maybe a couple months. I know that's rough, but let's look at what's going on. The full moon coming up is going to be a lunar eclipse, and then just a couple short weeks after that, we're going to be having a solar eclipse, and then Mercury retrograde starting between that. Excuse me. And I believe that's going to cause turbulence. Now, moving past through June into July, I think there's room for us to start making a bottom structure and then moving up, at least for Bitcoin. Again, especially if this move to new highs happens for XRP. So it's not looking too good right now for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is back testing the previous high of this fractal back here, pretty much within a couple dollars. I do think if it can't hold this 39,000-40,000 level, it's lights out for Bitcoin, and a bottom will form something like this, where it comes down, maybe chugs into this 34 level, and then this bottom moves like that. Like once it's ready, it's going to be a straight line, kind of like right here or right here. It's going to be something like that, up to 6 figures, probably only 100,000 on this bull run. Now, this move would be really, really ugly. Like it's going to make a lot of fear. It's going to make a lot of people sell. The only reason I'm saying this is a possibility is because these were the last big accumulations for MicroStrategy, Tesla, and then this was all this stuff going on with PayPal, Square, Cash App, etc. So I would not be surprised with this move. And then on the other hand, we have a possible Wyckoff schematic, which this could be the spring. So this could be the spring in an accumulation range. We don't know yet. We have to see how this goes. But that spring down to like 39 would be the scenario in the event it only gets to 39. Then there would be a test like here to build the support again, LPS, LPS, and then it would look something like that. And then this July range would be when we start getting confirmations of continuation for Bitcoin. This will start putting the altcoins on pause if this structure happens. The reason why is this will create a rebalance in Bitcoin dominance, okay? So if we have a move where Bitcoin just shits and moves all the way down to 30, that'll pull back everything significantly and put this bull run on pause for one of those 2013 like big 200-day accumulation ranges. In the event that this is just a spring in Wyckoff, right here, you're going to start to see the Bitcoin dominance move back up to 50%. Those are the plays I see going on, and those are my opinions, by the way. They're based in technicals, but again, those are just my opinions because we're not living the price. So TA is when we're living the price and we have previous data. When I'm projecting things out in the future and giving you guys all these, thoughts and sentiment, that's overall my opinion. So hang the DJ if you want, but if this is a spring, Bitcoin dominance is probably going to start to reverse. And if this is a actual big pullback consolidation, I would expect it to be similar to the 2013 run, where there's a big 200-day, 150 to 200 days of sideways before we start seeing new highs. So it'd be something like this, where like around October into November, you start seeing $70,000, $80,000 Bitcoin. So I'm going to head off for the day. I'll be making a mastermind course video later talking a little bit more in depth about the 2013 cycle with a couple of other charts that I haven't looked at in quite a while, but I'm excited to share with everyone. And with that being said, enjoy the rest of your day in this matrix. Don't be fearful when others are fearful. Buy the dip, not financial advice. Much love.